Peace, y'all. It's your man Dave with my brother Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment in time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
Dun, 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 dun. What up, y'all? It's your boy Quest. Welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast alongside my co-host, my man, my mellow man, L. David Harris. Get it up.
Get on man. What up, though?
Oh, come on, man.
Yo.
You know you got to let them know what to do with.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Class is in session.
And I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved every second of it.
Yo, you are different, man.
Yeah, man. I'm feeling good this week, man.
Mm-hmm.
Lot happened this week. Lot happened over the weekend. Shouts out to Charlotte Mecklenburg school system. School is now back in full swing. Nico's first day of school was yesterday.
I saw him all dressed up with somewhere to go.
Come on, you feel me? Feeling important now. He don't want to walk to the bus stop with me no more.
Oh, there we go.
Want to walk ahead of me.
Mess around and give him a kiss at school. Go ahead.
Come on.
I want to see that. I will put it on Instagram.
Oh, his mother all the time.
I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about her. I'm talking about Quest. I want to see. I want to see that. Get that dude a kiss on Instagram at school though, in front of the kids.
Oh man, he'll be hot. He would be hot as fire. You feel me? Like that kiss. His mother can't do it, so you know I can't.
That would be great.
He'll be ready to fight. Yeah.
Don't do that, school. Dad.
Yup. Zoe's in her junior year of high school.
Word.
Yup. So yeah, man, they getting older. With her, it's like 2 more years. With them, it's like 13. I don't know, because Mason is what now? Mason is, oh Lord, we got at least what 15 more years of this. 15 more.
Well, strap on your big boy panties and
yeah, because it's going down.
Because
yeah.
I think he's going to be the new and improved version of Nico. That's going to be great.
Well, everything Nico does, he wants to do now. If Nico put on a jacket, he want a jacket. If whatever Nico do, he want to do. So, you can imagine the fights and everything.
So Nico flex, he going to flex.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And he getting bigger now. So, this is great. Beautiful. Beautiful, Dad.
Yep. It's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, we from the West Indies. We got everything we need to cut them down to size. So I ain't worried about nothing. I broke up that beer ain't even yet. No, I'm joking.
You can't say that, but I can.
I can.
You cannot. Indeed. You cannot.
Yes, indeed. Man.
You will have blue lights at your house.
Oh, you already know. Make them come. We'll mash them up too.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Don't repeat it.
Yeah, man. But on another note, man, shouts out to Danielle and Jerobi, man. For those who don't know, my man Jerobi from Tribe Called Quest. He got married this weekend in Ohio.
Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And I had the privilege and the honor, man, of officiating over their wedding ceremony. And it was one to go down in the history books. Shouts out to Dave Chappelle, man. Had a lovely time with him as well, man. What a what's the word I want to cool. That is one cool brother. Brilliant. I mean a genius, man. So shouts out to him. Shouts out to Chris Smith, aka Blacksmith, man. Had a wonderful time with him and got the opportunity to meet Sanaa Lathan's father, Stan Lathan, and what a gentleman. Let me just say that. What a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, it was a lovely weekend. Got some time to spend in Ohio. Beautiful country, man. Beautiful country. I mean, Ohio is more rural than anything else, but it's beautiful. A lot of cornfields, but it's beautiful nonetheless. Very serene, very very picturesque, very calm. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shouts out to Dave Chappelle's hometown, man. Like I said, we got a little time to chill out there. It was an experience, man, and a lovely one at that. Had a good time at the wedding and the reception and everything else, man. So hopefully my prayer is for them that they will have many, many years of love, joy, peace, and a couple other things. God bless them, keep them, cause his face to shine upon them, and always give them peace.
And it's interesting, you know, that no rush, clearly, right? Because what? Jerobi has us by what? A couple years? A year, 2 years, 3 years?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm 46 this year, so no rush.
Yep. And I think
and
Jerobi
they did it, man. That's good.
46.
Oh, so he's not. Okay, so he's
47?
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 46, 47, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
but
man.
Look, no rush.
No rush.
Yeah, my motto for 2020 and beyond is better to wait long than to marry wrong. Yeah, let me say it one more time for those that didn't catch it, D. Better to wait long than to marry wrong. Word up.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to remember that one.
Word up. You feel me? So, yeah, man, what's going on the JA side? I already know, but tell the people.
Life is life and the queen is back. That's all I can say, man. The queen is back.
Come on. And I saw when she came back. You look like you was happy like a pig in mess, boy.
You better ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
And she was glad to be home too, but she missed you, bro.
What? Yo, that's my people's, man. Like,
yeah, she was glad.
That's my homegirl, and I happened to marry her too. So that's love, man.
Indeed.
Got to see the little guy again, who was not as little when he returned.
Ooh, they don't waste no time, you know, D.
Yeah.
They don't waste no time whatsoever.
Yeah. So Lord bless us, man. And you know, life is life.
That's it. And we're gonna keep on living it too.
Yeah.
Due to knowledge, though, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a shout out to Breathe University. When you want to breathe, when you want to be as successful as bad as you want to breathe.
No. You gotta do it over. Do it over.
All right. Shouts out to Breathe University when you want to be successful.
Take three.
Shout outs to Breathe University when you want to be as successful.
Don't say B. Don't say B no more. Take 4. Don't say B. Don't say B at all.
Yeah. Shouts out to Breathe University when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. Then you will be successful.
That's good. That's good.
Something. Let me tell you, I got so twisted up, man. We missed out last week. I done got so twisted out of my routine, man. You feel me? But anyway, shouts out to Breathe University, man. Let me tell y'all something. The 2 things that we are driving right now is the assessment. We are literally changing lives behind this assessment. It's allowing people to understand how they're wired, how their personalities work, how they work in relationships, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, how to be aware, how to be present as opposed to be operating in your subconscious, all of those different things. And we're getting better and better at it. And not only are we getting better at assessing ourselves, like for real, people are having a deeper understanding. Like for real, just watch the videos that we're putting out and you'll see the testimonials for yourself. It's not just something that we're talking about. So if you haven't taken it and you want to take it, I advise you, quick, fast, in a hurry. Please, you know what I'm saying? Drop me a message, DM, email me at info@jquestgreen.com. Drop me a DM, hit me on social media, and I will make sure that you get that assessment taken, or make sure that you take the assessment. So that's one side of it. The flip side of it is the 1% Club. Let me tell you, these conferences are unbelievable. The information that's being dropped, I'm telling you, literally, it's almost like a steal because the kind of information that they're dropping, you can't pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving you the tips and tricks literally into things like the real estate market.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying here? Oh yeah, Jamal King is killing the game right now.
Really?
I'm talking about killing it. You're getting the secrets of a multimillionaire real estate dude. Yo, let me tell you, still a police officer.
Yeah, I mean, let's get those streams of income, you know how that is.
No doubt. And he's retiring, I believe this year, if he hasn't retired already. I remember at the beginning of the year when we came back from A Phenomenal Life Jamaica. It was already like 2-3 months. He was like, I haven't gone back to work since.
Gotcha.
So you feel me? Like, for real, live like the 1%ers do, but you have to have a 1% mindset in order to live like the 1%ers do. So New York already took place. The next one is happening on September 12th and 13th in New Orleans. And the next one is taking place October 5th and 6th in District of Columbia. That's right, Washington, D.C. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all real quick. Don't meet me there. Beat me there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, if I still lived in the area, I would have been there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But as it is, Monaco. Nah. Good stuff, man.
Yes, indeed.
All right,
yes,
so
indeed.
we're going to get into it here. Let's see. This program is...
okay. Yep, go ahead.
I can go now?
I caught you. Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This program is brought to you by Audible. Get your 30-day free trial and free download of an audiobook at www.audibletrial.com with more than 180,000 titles from which to choose for your Android, iPhone, Kindle, or MP3 player. And this time we would still like for you to find a book to recommend to us and let us know how wonderful it is. Put it in the feed here on Facebook, YouTube, and please. And
I don't know
we can enjoy
if it has an Audible for it, but I know there's a book that I definitely want people to check out. It's called In a Pit with a Lion on a Snowy Day.
Okay.
Dope book. Take my word for it. I know the title sounds crazy, but this book is a game changer and it might change your life. In a Pit with a Lion on a Snowy Day. Holla.
Holla.
So what are we talking about today, D?
Yeah, so I've been watching some footage, let's call it that, some programs of different kinds of therapies and group therapies lately, because, you know, that's my background. And I won't say which program, but I was just on the serial viewing thing over the last 24 hours, right? Mm-hmm. And it just occurred to me, it didn't just occur to me, but it hit me hard again, how terrible our lives are when we have unresolved emotional problems.
Oh, come on.
Matters, issues, whatever way you want to call it. I mean, from, you know, struggling with the fact that daddy wasn't there to having anger management problems, like one young man. Well, I guess he's a young man, but he's like 30. One young man who was beefing with his mommy to the point that she put order of protection out against him. And then when they were confronting the situation in therapy, he's like, wait, but I learned the behavior. And he's not screaming at her. He's like, I learned the behavior from you and daddy. And so now she's having to dress back and come again, like, and he's like, no. The way that I'm behaving towards you, I got it directly from you and daddy. So mommy had to own up to the reality and then think, wait a minute, I'm putting an order of protection out against a young man who I made this way, literally. Right. And so my point is, we can think about a whole host of not just behaviors, but ways of being that are not good, that are dysfunctional, destructive, disrespectful, right? In our childhood years that go into our marital years unresolved. And then we just keep repeating the cycle. But there's a lot of collateral damage on the way. Right. And so we have to be responsible as adults who are, you know, either considering marriage or who are married and say, I owe it to myself. I owe it to my spouse. I owe it to my seed to get these unresolved matters resolved, or at least addressed, or else the cycle is going to continue and it ain't going to be pretty.
This is a big topic, and this is the reason why this is a big topic, because what people fail to realize is that your future is predicated on the decisions that you make right now. There's a seed time and there is a harvest time. right? And I know what all of us want in the terms of an end. But one of the things I think, one of the points that I want to put out there is the fact that some of you, and if we're talking about marriages from a spiritual nature, some of you want God to change your marriage and change your situation as it relates to your marriage, but you don't want him to change you.
Oh, wait, pause. Say it again.
You want God to change your situation or your situations as it relates to your marriage. You want him to change your marriage, but you do not want him to change you. You don't want him. So in other words, you want something for nothing.
You want him to mess around with your symptoms.
Oh, yeah.
You want him to stop the cough.
Yeah.
But you don't care about the virus.
Even if it's stopping the cough, what do you have to do to stop the cough, D? Even if it's surface, even if you're trying to stop the symptoms, what do you have to do?
You have to address what the cause of the cough is.
Well, I mean, you have to address the cough, but let's just say for argument's sake.
You got to recognize that there's a cough. You got to be like, this is really a cough. This is really a cough.
And after you recognize that it's a cough, what do you need to do next?
Be honest and start to the process of addressing the cough.
Yeah, but and when in doing that, like for real, I'm just taking things real simple. Is that you got to go to the cupboard and you got to go get you some Robitussin,
get some Buckleys,
or whatever you use to stop your cough, right? Whatever cough medicine you use, and you actually have to do something in order for. You can't just sit there, be coughing, and be like, "Yo, I want this. Oh, I want this cough to stop. I want this cough to stop." And don't do nothing about it. You have to do something. And with some of you, you want God. You want your situation to be changed. You want your marriage to be changed, but you don't want to change. Your situation is only a byproduct of who you are, how you think, and how you operate. I'm going to say it one more time. Your situation that you are in right now is a byproduct of how you think, how you operate, right? And how you process information, right? So in other words, if you are having financial issues, your financial issues are a result of you not being able to make proper financial decisions.
The therapist was quoting a comedian who was not trying to be funny. And I don't, even though he's vulgar, I will say, so I won't name him. He was not trying to be vulgar in the statement. He was just stating the fact. He said, if you want to keep your daughter off the pole, and if y'all don't know what the pole is.
Yeah, just say the pole. Who don't get it?
Look it up. If you want to keep your daughter off the pole, you're going to have to do it. You cannot expect for your children, in this case, your daughter, to come out well-adjusted and not needing to sell herself a certain way unless you're there for her. And when I say there, and I'm not trying to throw no smoke the singer's way. I'll just say that too. Boy, there's a whole lot going on here today.
Yep.
But when I say there, I'm not talking about I pay child support.
That's just financially.
I'm not talking about I gave you compliments on the internet too. I'm not talking about that. But what I'm saying is there is being present. Like when the baby's born, the first thing that baby needs from you, Daddy, is that tender touch, physical.
Skin to skin.
Skin to skin. Closeness. Reassurance. Because the baby can't hear you. Baby can't see you go to work and provide, quote, for you. Right? Baby can't see that, doesn't care nothing about that. But the baby does want to feel your warmth. Baby does want to see your eyes. Baby does want to feel reassured when baby can't communicate except through crying or some other sound or some kind of movement, and you're supposed to pick up on it and sometimes even get ahead of it. And this is the case as baby grows up to young man, young woman, right? Where mommy and daddy have to be present. But the problem is sometimes we got to go back a generation. And the reason why we may not be present is because maybe somebody else wasn't present. But here's the problem. when you're an adult, you can identify that cause, but you can't blame it anymore.
Yep.
You can, but not without consequence. So if mommy and daddy weren't there for you, like if I could tell you some stories, bro, and it would be legit cause for me to not come up to the right task of parenting, but I never allowed myself to blame that stuff. It's a reality. I could tell you some stories, but I won't. But the fact is that I'm a big old man. Yep. Fact is I have my own seed. Fact is I have my own wife. Fact is I cannot blame whatever happened 40 years ago on my current situation. All I can say is it definitely had an impact. But at this stage, I don't get to blame nobody.
No, because here's the truth of the matter. It's not your fault, but it's your responsibility.
There you go.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault that your father did X, Y, and Z. It's not your fault that your mother did X, Y, and Z, but it is your responsibility. You are now an adult. There's nobody responsible for you but you.
That's right.
That's you understand?
Right. Yeah.
So if that be the case and you know that there's some stuff that you're doing that has an adverse effect on your relationship or your marriage, then you need to get some help. And that's not your mother's responsibility to do that. That's not your father's responsibility to do that. And neither can you sit there and blame what had happened in the past to who you are and how you operate right now. You either going to get up on your own too, right? In other words, you can't pick and choose when you want to be independent. You want to be independent, then I don't want to say you reserve the right because it's not really a thing of whether being right. You just it's your responsibility to get the help that you need so that you can be who you desire to be. Like I said before, you can't sit there and say, I'm this way because, you know what I'm saying? My father did X, Y, and Z, or I want this in terms of an outcome, but you're not doing nothing that, in terms of work that contributes to that outcome that you want.
You can say it, but you have an unreasonable expectation of success because you're not doing nothing.
Absolutely.
And again, people can say, oh, it's easy for you to say, and oh, you don't know what I've been through, and start moaning about it. But listen, welcome to the club, man. If you're a human being, by and large, the majority of us have some stories that we don't want to tell about our upbringing or things we've seen that we shouldn't have seen, things we wish we could unexperience. But the fact is, at some point, the cycle has to be broken. And the thing about it is we don't have to do it on our own. That's the thing. You can get help.
My parents got divorced when I was in the second grade, which means I was probably about, 7 years old, 8 years old, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Right? So they got divorced. So I know there's some things in terms of my development that really didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen, right? And we can get into details with that as well. I felt that I was a late bloomer, if you will, in terms of my development, critical thinking, all of that good stuff. I felt like I was a late bloomer. But now as an adult, what I'm going to do? Sit there and continuously blame them? What comes out of that? It's like this whole thing with Jay-Z and Cap right now. Jay-Z and I know everybody has their ideas as to what Jay-Z did you know what I'm saying? Like for real, but have you seen the work that he's done up until this point in terms of legal fees for, and then people will argue, well, that's neither here nor there. All right, if that's the case, how long will we sit here and talk about the Neil? Mm-hmm. How long will we talk about Cap getting employed? Mm-hmm. Not to say that it's not important, because I don't want to shine that negative light that he's not. That's very important. The NFL really does need to hire him back and give him back his job. It's been how many years now? But what I'm saying is that there needs to be progression. You can't sit here in this same spot and complain about what's being done and what's not being done. Mm-hmm. Now with Jay in this partnership, he can infiltrate the system in a way that he wasn't able to do it before. And do things, right, as it relates to, so I'm saying all of that to say, anything that you want in terms of an outcome, you see the health that other relationships have, you see the health that other people are experiencing as individuals in their relationship. You want the same thing, but you don't want to make no adjustments. Let me tell y'all something, and I'm speaking directly to those people right now, D. Nothing in this life that you will do will come by ease. Mm-mm. It will not come easy. You will have to work for it. You will have to change. You will have to be cut. You will have to be formed. You will have to be shaped. Yep. The word declares, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that in and of itself is not an easy process. But guess what? You will not be transformed until your mind is transformed. Now, where your mind goes, your energy flows.
Yeah.
So if your mind is transformed, right, then you'll start doing the things along those lines. When you don't want to be changed, it's just indicative of the fact of where your mind is.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yep. And it's not on higher things or set for change.
Well, I think integrity or honesty with ourselves, let me put it that way. Honesty is key, because I think too many times we lie to ourselves about what things really are.
Yep.
That's it. If I don't have the energy to deal with the things of the past, then I should say that and not say I just am how I am. Yep. Or, take me or leave me. Or
if you
love
are
me or
who
leave
you
me
are,
alone.
you're gonna continue to get what you've been getting.
Yeah. And so you can tell people that, but when you find yourself alone, you find yourself in prison because of bad behavior that's based on some ill treatment you got 40 years ago. Fine. But if you're okay with that, then unfortunately, okay. But what about the effects that it's having on people around you? That's the thing. Like we can talk about how, well, it's just the way it is, except you can't say that when it is impacting other people and it be okay. It is not okay. It's not okay. And so let me just say, because we only had like 3 minutes left, I don't want to just be on this side of the fence. There are people who do take those bulls by the horns and actually do the work to be transformed and are honest with self, are honest with those involved, are honest with even children that maybe, before you got into your growth path, you did not give their best to. And people are living successful lives of recovering from all kinds of stuff. And the thing about it is, again, most of us have been through some things. So we don't need to be ashamed. We don't have to feel like, oh, we're the only ones. We just have to be honest and move forward with the steps that are necessary to make change. Because it's not going to just happen.
Well, you know what they say, operating and doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result.
Madness.
Mud.
Yeah.
So do what's necessary, man. If you want to be changed, start with looking in the mirror.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a blessing that we can be sort of in line. We used to talk about being in the front of the line at the smorgasbord or the buffet to get pickings before people pick all over it. So you're at the front of the line. You're hearing this stuff, some of you for the first time, but you're hearing it in a safe place, man. You're in the front of the line. You're not hearing it with somebody disrespecting you or somebody who wants something from you. All we want is success for your life and your marriage and your relationships. Mm-hmm. So it's a blessing to be at the front of the line. Sure. And you can be of service to someone else if you just, take what you get here and other places that are enriching to your relationships and move forward. Move forward. And of course, you do so with the power of God and not just self.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you either moving it forward or you moving backwards, but you get to choose ultimately through your self-assessing what you going to do.
Yeah.
And I'm about moving forward. So yeah, D.
Forward ever.
Backward never.
Yeah. Peace.
Stay focused.
There you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, peace.